Hey guys, Zane from the Infinite Jukebox here with another quick album review, and today I wanted to talk about the new Armand Hammer record, We Buy Diabetic Test Strips. Armand Hammer are the kind of duo that are legends in the making just based on concept alone, really. I mean, think about who this is. An underground icon in the form of Billy Woods pairing up with a horribly underrated peer in the form of Elucid to create a duo that has been putting out nothing but good to great albums since 2013 when they first debuted. I don't think I really need to say more than that. But I will, because I don't know how to shut up. Ever since 2013, they've been putting out nothing but strong record after strong record, to really nobody's surprise. That being said, even the most beloved Armand Hammer albums up to this point didn't quite have the same level of hype that We Buy Diabetic Test Strips did after its first singles released. At first I found that a little bit odd, but when you really think about it, it's the first time Elucid is coming back to making original music since 2022's excellent I Told Bessie, and Billy Woods is coming hot off of the very well-received Maps from earlier this year. It only really makes sense that people are really hyped up about a new Armand Hammer album. Both have been on a roll for quite some time, and that doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon. Certainly doesn't with this one. We Buy Diabetic Test Strips might not be the best Armand Hammer album to date, but there's still plenty of reasons to fall in love with this record. Woods and Elucid both sound great here, as you may expect if you are even remotely experienced with either's back catalogs, both of which are highly recommendable, and their generally surreal approaches both to rapping and songwriting perfectly suits the avant-garde nature of the majority of the instrumentals here. More importantly, both sides of the duo sound incredibly engaged, and you know what? There is obviously a lot of passion that went into this project. I mean, when Billy Woods is putting out lyrics like "Low clouds sit heavy with lightning, men pregnant with death, frightened at the quickening, it totters on unsteady legs, boy, you're invited to the christening," while Elucid matches him with lines like "No mystery god, all data lost, spirit roaming, beast versus harlot in the garden," on the same song, "The gods must be crazy," to be totally specific, you kind of know that you're in for a definitely interesting, strange, colossal experience from a lyrical standpoint alone. And you know what? The synergy between Woods and Elucid is somewhat expected for Armand Hammer fans at this point. It's a staple quality of their best releases, but at the same time, it remains impressive multiple albums into their career as a duo. The features here also happen to stand out as pretty strong too, though there's not really anything that especially matches the performances from the two headlining artists here, except maybe Cavalier just sort of kicking down the door of "I Keep a Mirror in My Pocket" with that great opening verse. Other than that, the features here are solid, just not the best in the world, but hey, solid is, solid. The beats all stand sturdy as well, but then again, that really only makes sense when you look at the experimental legends that are involved with the making of this record. I mean, LP, Steel Tip Dove, Willie Green, Preservation, and JPEG Mafia are only some of the names that you see as featured producers throughout this record's track list, and if that doesn't encourage you to listen to this, then I don't really know what would. While none of their respective producer appearances give their best work or anything like that, it also does feel like all of their instrumentals and general contributions to the record are strong enough that they constantly have this sort of uneasy feeling throughout the entirety of the record, like something's about to explode, like you know that there's a bomb 3 rooms away, but you don't really know how bad it's gonna be, or when it's going to go off, or anything like that, and that's ultimately a major selling point for this record, honestly. The fact that it just constantly feels like it's about to collapse at any moment, but still manages to just stay together somehow, despite the fact that you have no clue what's going to go down next. We Buy Diabetic Test Strips isn't some sort of groundbreaking innovation in experimentalism or anything like that, but it is a very, very strong set of tracks that has no filler or fat to be found. Billy Woods and Elucid may very well be on the top of their game right now, but pointing that out would also be ignoring the fact that they've been at the top of their game for literal years at this point. Many, many years. They've been pretty damn great since the start, believe it or not. Do you get my point? If you can't tell, I think that they're good. We Buy Diabetic Test Strips is another step forward for the Armand Hammer sound, the Armand Hammer style, and more importantly than all of that, the Armand Hammer excellency. I'm going to give this record 3.5 stars out of 5. And with that being said, that is the end of this quick album review. I've been Zane from the Infinite Jukebox. Thank you for watching. And with that being said, I've been Zane from the Infinite Jukebox. And with that being said, I've been Zane from the Infinite Jukebox. And with that being said, that is the end of this quick album review. I've been Zane from the Infinite Jukebox. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.